I've learned to just embrace the fact that I'm not gonna always know everything. Like things are changing like every day, and that I'm always learning. But I'm good at getting creative, and if I don't know something, like I'm not afraid to like admit it now. And I think I'm cool with that because a lot of agents act like they know what they're doing, and I've come to find out that even me, like I know more than some of these like veteran agents.
Oh my god, dude, it
blows my mind.
That is the most frustrating thing that people don't get is like when I see an agent that's been doing it for so many years, and I've done transactions with them, and they're so terrible, and they just get deals because they've been around for so many years that people just. The assumption like, oh, they must know what they're doing. They've been around forever. And I think that's the hard reason why in real estate, like you've got to get past that 5-year mark. Because I think like after like 10 years of like, you know, then people go like, oh, he's been doing this for 10 years. Like, you know.
But then they start to kind of like let off like with the quality of
it. 100%.
And then I'm like, oh, they were really unhappy with like the transaction stuff. Like huge like brokerages like out like around me within like a 10-mile radius. I'm like, oh yeah, they're like the big name out here, and they're like, oh yeah, we had a horrible experience with them. We just went with them because we thought like, we see them every.
And the hard part is, it's like what people don't get. Like I get DMs all the time, like, hey, listen, I'm in escrow. This isn't going great. Like, what should I do? And I'm like, I can't legally. I'm not allowed to advise you because I'm not your agent. And then 2, it's just like you should have hired me in the first place. Like you went with your cousin or you went with this person. Like I can't help you right now.
I've had to stop like
giving advice.
Yeah, because I'm just like even my first broker was just like, you need to watch what you say, and I'm just like, I'm so hungry. I'm like, but like, you could go with. But now I'm just, I'm a little bit more assertive, just like, you know, sorry this is happening. Like if it doesn't work out, like reach out to me and I'll take care of you. Yeah, and it's happened.
Well, it's too. I've had that happen. But like for me, like I've also been the listing agent before, where like the deal has just gone sideways, and it's nothing for us to do. It's all on the buy side, and then I could tell my client was talking to another realtor because they were using realtor terms, and I'm like, all right, and then trying to like catch me up on stuff. Not
putting it in the right place. You're like, why would you know this word? You're not using it right.
You're not using it right. So it's like, that's something I always take into consideration now too. Like with experience, is like sometimes your clients are just not going to be happy because things aren't going the way they want, and like has nothing to do with the agent or, you know, I think that's something that I struggle with as an agent, like when, especially right now with buyers the last 2 years, like I'm terrible at follow-up when nothing's coming on the market. Like I just don't know what to tell people. Like I don't, like there's nothing. There's nothing. Sorry. There's nothing. Like there's not, or like the opposite. Like I've also been in 2018 when rates did what they're doing right now, and we had, you know, 15 listings and nothing was selling. And the sellers are like, why is the house not selling? No buyers. Rates are at 5.5 or 4.5 right now. They jumped up a point in the last 3.5 weeks. Like, you know, people don't want to buy right now.
Can't afford it.
So that's something I know I struggle with that. Cause so I've learned like, well, I mean, not everyone's gonna be happy. So I try to dial myself back too, because like, I don't want to tell them something and then them go and then them name drop me. And then all of a sudden I'm getting a call, and it's like, I just responded back to an Instagram message, you know? So
I'm also just super picky. So I think not that I go around saying like, hey, I'm good, but I don't know everything. Like I think any normal human would know, talking to a realtor, like they're not going to know everything.
It's impossible.
You can read it when you're talking to them if somebody knows what they're talking about or not, but yeah, it's impossible.
It's impossible. And what people don't understand, and I try to press this to new agents, like there's so many changing factors. Like, I mean, I shot a video before when COVID hit that the market was going to totally crash. Like totally wrong. You know what I mean? Totally missed that boat. But it's like, I'm not worried about making that video because it's like in that moment in time, like I didn't know that the government was going to bail everyone out. And like, I just thought like, oh, well, here we go. Like even like right now, it's like, I don't think the market's going to tank because we have such low inventory. But if all of a sudden something changes and inventory shoots through the roof for some reason, like I'm going to be wrong.
I'll find out when they find out.
Exactly.
That's all I tell them. Like, I don't know.
Even showings, like, are you starting to realize, like, clients will know way more about a house than I will. And it's like, dude, I'm like, and I've had clients ask me that, and I'm like, dude, I try to explain. I'm like, you're looking at this one house all day long. I have 7 clients. Like, they're also looking at houses. Like, it's impossible to know. If you're only looking at one, I'm looking at 20. Like, you can't know it all. So what made you, like, get into real estate?
It was the money. So
perfect. I love it.
So all my family on my dad's side is in real estate. They've been in real estate forever. So like I was always like around it, and I never really realized the fact like, oh, they have money, but I didn't know that one was a lender, one was a broker, another was an agent. All the daughters were agents. I had I'll call it a failing business right before I decided to do real estate. I had a men's boutique store in Uptown Whittier. And I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to sell men's clothing. It was like if the Nordstrom's guy section had their own standalone store. So I had some brands from Nordstrom, which was kind of cool. But like, it just wasn't working out. Running a business is super hard, like having a brick and mortar. And I was just like in the craziest amount of debt that I ever thought I would be in. I was just like, I don't know what to do. And a guy came in who was an agent. He's like, oh, just be an agent. If you sell a house, you make like 15 grand. I'm like, that sounds great. At this point, I've never had more than probably like $2,000 in my account at like one time. So I was just like, all right, like I'll just do the test and try to pass. And during like store hours, I would just do my classes online. Yeah. No customers are coming in. So I had all this time. And then I passed, joined like the first brokerage I talked to, which was a mistake. And was just like, all right, let's do this. And then realized this is so much harder than I realized. I had to get my first deal for like 6 months. That escrow was just a nightmare. And honestly, I think my first year I maybe did like 5 or 6 deals, which I know is like average for some agents, but like I had like the worst split ever. And it wasn't even until my second year that things started like moving. Now, like it's nice, right? I don't have to like worry about money. I could take care of like my mortgage, my mother-in-law. I could afford my car. I sold my car off like before I did because I just had no money. But now I really just get a high off helping people and just being able to like do something where I can like be myself and look like myself, talk like myself. And it's great. I don't know if I'll do it forever. I don't know if I want to help retail buyers and sellers forever, but like I definitely want to like buy real estate. So this is a perfect stepping stone. Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, it's funny. Like if you would have came to me when and you're like, hey, I want to get in real estate. Like, it's like, I try to tell people all the time, like it's like, you need to have some money before you get into it. Like, because it's so hard to last, you know? Like it's like, and then you don't realize like how much it costs to get started. Like signs and this and that. And you know, that's the only reason I did Instagram, because I was so broke, just like you, that I had no other money. Like I had no money for marketing. So I just like, I'm just gonna DM 1,800 people that I'm friends with on Facebook. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, hey, we have a house we actually need to sell. Oh, okay. So you said the first brokerage you went to was a big mistake. Like what did you learn that maybe a new agent could learn from, that you made the mistake on not asking the right questions or going in the wrong place? Or
so I think I would say majority of the people that get like their license probably don't know how a real estate transaction works. Like, so I didn't realize it, and maybe it was like a pride thing. Like I needed somebody to like hold my hand and show me absolutely everything, what everything meant. Not that they like didn't do that. He really just kind of like threw me like in the trenches, and that was like his motto. And even if he was in this room, he would tell you like, yeah, that's what I said. So it did like help build like my strength like a little bit, but like just somebody that can like hold my hand and baby me, you know, like I have no shame in like saying that, but like I didn't know what I was doing. Like I was like,
I didn't even know where to write I didn't even know where the RPAs were. Like I didn't
get that.
I was like, so I was writing my first offer, and I was like, oh, is it in this office? They're like, no, it's on this website. I'm like, what website?
The MLS? They're like, no, another one.
I was like, what do you mean another one? And then the first offer I ever sent out, I never signed it. Because it was literally the first ever offer I ever wrote, I got accepted. Man, those are the days, right? But like, I didn't even sign it, because I didn't even know that I had to sign it, because my broker was kind of the same way. Like, I'm here.
Like, just learn though.
Learn.
Figure it out.
Go figure it out. And when you have a question, come to me and I'll answer it. You know?